Okay, this is a property tour for our latest house that we've just put on the market. This is a 4-bedroom detached house situated on Broadway. One of the benefits of this property is, and for these particular design houses, just going to have a quick swing around this way, is, as you can see, the amount of parking space that we've got. So just to give you an idea of where our positioning is, that road there is Beechtree Avenue, which leads down to Large Street, Coventry, the shops as well. I'm just going to carry on spinning around this way, but as you can see with this house, as I mentioned, lots of parking space. There is the access just down the side there that leads down to the garage. It is a double garage, tandem style. By tandem I mean you've got one in front of the other as opposed to side to side. Well, it should be fairly obvious, you should say Rich, because you're looking at the front of the garage from there. So we're just going to go into the house now, through the porchway. Now, the current owner of the property has had this one for quite a while. It's over 30 years. He's now looking to relocate to move down to something smaller. It's quite a big house for him to be in here, looking after it all. Now, from a perspective of somebody, if you've got a family, this is quite great. I only mentioned it briefly earlier on because I was just stood outside there, and with it being around sort of school straight rush hour, it is quite busy out there. But these doors that I'm sort of lingering on here at the moment, that's for your actual porchway. So if you're a family and you've got kids that are coming in from school, everybody has that dumping ground where all the bags and stuff will just get dropped as they go running through to look for food and bits and bobs in the cupboard. It's good to have that little bit of space. Also as well, if you're coming back from your shopping trip, obviously we've got the shops and stuff that are just down the road. If it's a raining day, you can park the car up, open the door and just dump the stuff without getting too wet. So a really good sized porchway this one is. We then have the access that comes through into the main entrance hallway. So the current owner has extended, and just in case you're wondering what those banging noises are, that's just me kicking my shoes off. But they have extended the property, which is the room that's directly in front of us. So we're going to sort of go around clockwise and show you entirely what is on offer. Ground floor toilet, as anybody ever watches my videos knows how much I rave about the toilets. Most important rooms in the house, especially when you've got young kids and company. This room here was added for when he had all of his children living at home, so they added this bedroom downstairs. Now it does have the sink, so just angle the camera around here. Plumbing and that's there, but obviously if somebody did want to take it out you can do. And it does overlook the rear garden. There is a floor plan that will be available with this property as well too, because I myself had looked at it thinking, right, oh there's the owner just popping past there. I myself had looked at it and thought to myself, right, if you didn't want to use this as a bedroom as such, you could come out and extend it and make your kitchen a little bit bigger as well too. There's a lot of options that you can do with this particular one. So we're just going into the kitchen now, as I mentioned. With the layout, if I turn around this way, just so I give you a better idea of the space that's on offer. There you go, so it's quite a modern kitchen. You've got a double oven just there, stainless steel double oven, the fridge, washing machine space, everything in there that you'd actually need. Now the owner, obviously with him just being here by himself at the moment, he's never bothered to sort of do that extension, but this room here, this wall, is the wall, it's the adjoining wall between the bedroom that I just sort of showed you. So the section that we're in now, if I turn around here, is part of the extension of the house. So where you're looking at currently would have had just this space just there where the kitchen is, would have been a window and a back door. Obviously the sliding patio doors would have been the doors out onto the garden. So they've put a single story extension in there, which sort of gives you this extra living dining area, if you want to call it that. It does overlook onto the garden, which is just from this side here, as you can see. We'll go out there in a second, so don't worry. And then it flows very nicely into this L-shaped lounge. I'm just going to slide that patio door behind me again. Now with the lounge, as I mentioned, it's L-shaped. So this section here that I'm standing in, if I just angle the camera down, as you can see, it's quite a clear space with the chair backing onto us as well too. You could have a dining room table in there and then use the rest of this area, if I just sort of angle it around, as your main sort of TV area where you're sitting down with the family, settees, the sort of comfy side of things. I'm just going to negotiate myself around this side of the setup here. Just give you another quick spin this way. So the door, just the other side there, you may not be able to see it properly, but where you've got the stairs going up, there is the actual door there. The angle I've chosen sort of doesn't really let you see it properly there, so apologies about that. But yeah, with this space room, as you come around, I'm just going to angle it here. And there you go. So that's the section that goes out to your living dining area. So you do have a really useful sort of circuit around the property that makes it nice and easy. If you're in one room, you can just flow on and go to another room. And as I touched on previously as well before, where you've got that room there, because it joins on to the kitchen, you could knock it through and make yourself have a bigger kitchen. You can keep it as a bedroom. As I always say, it's nice to have the options. Sometimes you can go to a property and you're fairly limited on what you can and can't do. This is the master bedroom as I come into this side here. So a quick look out. As I mentioned to you, the school traffic, and obviously the school bus must have come in. Oh, I've got my light on there. I'm just going to turn that off quickly. So there's a load of school kids that are going past. Back there is that fantastic driveway. The owner's got his car there. My car's there as well too. And we could easily probably squeeze, not being funny, probably another 3-4 cars onto it as well. So let's go and have a look. There's me again, as always, in the mirror. Never managed to avoid those, do I? This is bedroom 3. I was just talking to the owner actually about this one, is that when I first come out to have a look at the property to do the valuation, I'd completely overlooked the fact that there was 2 windows and just come back into the property again today. So lets in lots of light. This angle here, I'll show you the roof of the extension, and then obviously from here, it's not the best of angles, it's a bit tight from there, but you can see the garage and obviously the additional part of the garage as well too. So I'm just going to take you now to bedroom 2. So with those rooms, they're all double rooms. You'd easily be able to get a double bed into any of the bedrooms. Got some fitted wardrobes with this particular room. You can just see my hand there in the mirror, I might have just missed it. And then this here, as mentioned, is the extension. So again, you'll see that much better when I get outside into the garden to show you. That's the back end of the garage itself as well there. And obviously you've got that fantastic garden. And I'm going to try and be a little bit clever here. And this side here is the views out over Mount Nod. So great position to be in. When I was here last, it was a lovely blue sunny day and the birds were twittering in the trees. And it's not very often that you do get a view like that. So as you can see from your garden there, where you've got that big tree, I'm going to stick my hand in front of the camera, that tree there. That's the centre of the garden. There is still another little bit that's just behind that as well too, but then there's no other houses really that you're looking at. You've got the bungalows that are on Mount Nod Way directly behind, but as I say, that's a really nice view from the back end of the garden. So I'm just going to show you the bathroom quickly, and then we'll go downstairs and have a look at the garden and the garage, and we're all done. So with the bathroom, we do have the bath. Obviously it's got the shower over it as well too. Sink and toilet. Sink's got the vanity unit that's just below it. Toilet's there, the usual that you'd expect from a bathroom. It has been fully tiled, so you've got fully tiled walls and to the floor as well. We've got an airing cupboard, which I'm not going to open because I'm firstly not too sure what's in there, but I do know what is in there at the same time, if that's not too confusing, because that's where the combination boiler is. I have seen the boiler. It is a Valent one, obviously. It's been serviced and looked after during the owner's current time here. So what I'm going to do is the usual, just quickly click pause on this video, go and get my shoes, go outside, give you a quick tour around the garden, the garage, and then we're done. Right, so we're now in the garden. Which I've been looking forward to actually showing you. So in fact we'll start off here in the garage. So I'm just going to open the door. So as I mentioned, it is a long garage. Off the top of my head, I think it was around about 40 odd foot when I took the measurements. Flick this light on. There is a light switch in here somewhere, but while I'm trying to walk and hold the camera as then looking at light switches, I'm probably going to trip over something and end up either killing myself or breaking something. Neither of them are good outcomes to have. But with this garage as well, it's one of the things that I looked at was you could actually turn this into something, whether you buy the property and you're looking to have, you know, an annex for an elderly relative to come in, or even an annex just to sit the kids out of the way. This would work itself out quite well. You've got the up and over door, which is just in that angle there that we've just walked down to, that leads out to the front of the property. And then with the access the way it is coming into the back garden, as I say, that annex would work itself out quite good. and you are literally coming in off the back of the extension. So I'm just going to wander down the garden a little bit just to sort of give you a better idea of that extension. Let's put the camera up into this angle. If I lift it up a little bit, make advantage of my height. So as you can see, it's all been done properly. It's got the pitched roof on it, but it does add a considerable amount of size and space to the actual property. So we're just going to wander down the garden a little bit more. There are a number of fence panels that are down at the moment, but those are being sorted out. They're the actual neighbours' side of the property to get done. So by the time, if somebody comes in, likes this property and has purchased it, they will all be back up. Obviously that little section we've just got there where the trees have been trimmed and everything else, you can see there is work that's ongoing. And we've got a little vegetable patch as well too, which is down there. Now I'm out in the back garden, as I mentioned to you before, fantastic views. Obviously with that fence panel being back up, you wouldn't be able to see any of their garden or any of the space that's there. And that direction that I'm looking across at, that's Knob Rise. And then we're going back obviously to the house itself here. So as you can see, there's a tremendous amount of space. If you're a family, you know, that's looking for a bit of room, a nice secure location, more importantly somewhere you've got the space to potentially extend and expand again as well. It's the type of house that strikes you as, you know, you could move into here and 20 years later still be living here because of the amount of room and space that you've got to be able to adapt it and tailor it to your own particular tastes. So that's everything to do with this property. As I say, it's a 4-bedroom detached house on Broad Lane. If you are interested in having a look, feel free to give us a call. Contact number is 02476 694 333. We'll be happy to get you a viewing arranged and provide you with any further details as needed. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care.